Hey, what's going on, guys? This TerrenceRe. I got another stock market update for you. Uh, Today we had some events go on earlier today where basically Fed Chair Jerome Powell uh, spoke from Jackson Hole, basically talking about everybody want to know whether you're gonna keep the interest rates higher or they go lower. To me, it really doesn't make a difference because I'm going off of what I see, right? But if you're an intraday trader, it makes a lot of it makes a very big difference. So what I have up is the S&P futures, and this is a 1 minute chart, and I'm going to show you what it looked like. This is the opening bell right here. So this is what? This is 9:27 leading up to the bell, and this candlestick right here is 9:30. So basically, the market didn't do anything. I think he came out to speak a little after 10, and you can see right around this area. This is 10:03, and then right here is 10:08, 10:10, and you can see the market go up, right? But the market, and then you can see because he did speak hawkishly, right? So if you don't know these terms, hawkish or dovish, basically you can substitute that with soft speak, meaning the market will receive it as being bullish, hawkish, tough talk, bearish. The market will receive it as bearish, and you can see that he really wanted to remain firm. He let on that like if rates needed to stay high, then they would stay higher, and basically, the Fed would be data dependent, and so he did talk the market down. As you can see, the market did sell off a little bit, and then I'm going to talk about my call in Boeing from yesterday. So keep this in mind as you're looking at this down move here, right? And then right around 11:02, 11:03. So the market, this is algos. There ain't no doubt in my mind these are algos. So, these are algorithmic traders, hedge funds, and this is machines trading, in my opinion. I don't know for sure, but that's just what I think, trading like this. And then you can see the market digest the information, and then we get a nice up move, a pullback, and then as you can see, the rest of the day, the market went up. The market actually finished up 27 handles on the S&P 500 futures. One of the things now, before I get off track, before I get into the charts, I do want, now you can see how at the end of the day, so basically it ended up, right? Now, he came out and told us, you know, what for the most part, what many of us that know where to go find the information, what we already knew. I'm getting ready to pull up something called the Fed Watch tool. I've brought this up before. You can look this up on your own. You can literally just go to Google and Google CME Fed Watch tool. And you can see, so for the next, it says target rate probabilities for September 20th, 2023 Fed meeting. Approximately telling you, let's see, let's go up. That is 25 days, 17 hours, and 29 minutes from now. They telling you. So right now it says now our current rate is 525 to 550, basically 5.25%, 5.25% or 5.5%. So that's we're right in that range, right? Now there's an 80% chance as of right now that it's gonna stay where it's at. So to maybe you may say, well, what are the odds that it's gonna get an increase? We have a 19.5% of getting a 25 basis point raise, or 25 point or whatever, quarter of a percent raise of interest rates. That's a very low probability that we're going to get a raise. So even before he spoke, we already knew, and you can look at that up here too. Like it shows it to us up here, and it's also down here. So you already knew, like coming into it, of him speaking, and this will change as data changes. So as the market moves, this information will also move. So you can always come here and look that up, right? Now let's drop that. Let's get back to the charts. Now also, let me show you how traders tend to, and I've heard traders before say that the Fed should be done away with, and they say that the market should choose the interest rates. And you would say, like, well, how would the market do it? The market would do it by allowing the bond market to set interest rates, right? So we come over here to the bond market, and you can see we're gonna go to basically look at the bonds. Now I'm gonna tell you this: if the bonds, you see how low the bonds are, and see how they're dropping. If the bonds continue to go down, then yields will continue to go higher. Now remember the Bill Ackman trade. I've been talking about that. If these yields pop, if we get another pop in these yields and it breaks out to the top, then the bonds will, because the two work opposite of one another. Yields go higher, bonds go lower. Then that's going to let you know that the interest rates will either stay the same or climb higher, right? So that's one way. You can just look at if you know what to look for, you ain't got to worry about what he got to say. Now, if you're an intraday trader, that would have that all of that volatility on the intraday time frame will blow you out of a trade. But if you look at this, we go back to the S&P 500, the futures. I'm gonna remove these fib levels. Let's just look at this on a daily candle. Look at that, right? So that don't look bad. But if you look at this if you trade this on a 1 minute, man, you blown out all kind of which way, right? So when you zoom out and you know what to look at, then you stay out of the riffraff. I did have someone who watches my video, one of my viewers, talk about TLT. Like it might not be a bad time to get in TLT. Now it got a pop right here. On a previous video, I had some support right here, so you see where the gap is. It came down right in here in the gap, and you got a little pop, right? But I just don't know, like, how much is that gonna hold right there? Is that support? I like to use my gaps as support. I just don't know how much that's gonna hold right there, right? So, and then that's only like what, a 3-point move. If you would have got in here, like maybe off of this little hammer, 92.70, got like $3, could have sold a put. Maybe you got big enough a big enough move or in a contraction of volatility to make a little money on that put that you sold. Boeing, I actually tweeted out Boeing. I talked about it on yesterday's video, and I had these levels up on yesterday's video. So before this candlestick was here, the market actually opened like right here, right on an inside day. And I posted on Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, look on the channel page, and you can follow me on Twitter, because sometimes I'll just shoot a chart out, right? And I was like, I called 212 on the day. The market got down to 212.88. I missed what, by 88 cents. Now I had a put on. I told you guys in yesterday's video that I had bought a put, and Boeing, I bought it in yesterday. I closed that sucker out. Took a little profit out and got out. Now I am kind of glad that the market kind of retreated up a little bit like this, because now what I'll do, I'll be watching Boeing next week. And I will come in probably on the 30-minute to an hour time frame, and I'll be in here sitting watching. I'll be sitting watching around in here to see if we can get a turn. It may try to close this gap right here, and maybe we'll get a turn in the market, and I may try to get short again in Boeing. Let's take a look at, I wanted to take a look at Tesla on this video. Tesla seems to look like that it's trying to make a move up. You can see that Tesla retraced from this up move right here. It has retraced. It's right in between that 38.2 and 61.8 in that sweet spot that I like to look for reversals in. And we got a gap up off of this low. but I don't have a clean like bull flag or anything like that. So I'm gonna sit. What I will do is make this gap right here. Gaps become support. So we're gonna look at this gap right here, and we will sit and kinda. I need to take it off the word, and we will kind of wait. I'll wait and see how the market reacts if it makes it back down to this level. It may not though. That's the thing with a stock like Tesla. It may just take off, but I will watch it around here. Nvidia pulled back today. Nvidia has I mapped out its up move, and as you can see, it's up there and it's hitting its levels. Um, let's see what Nvidia does. I don't like buying this stock this high up. I don't care how good the fundamentals are. Um, you can it could be a great company. Hey, my new computer that I have has one of those real nice Nvidia chips, graphic cards in it, and all. I got all of that stuff in my computer. So I use the product, but I just don't like buying stocks this high up. And you got this big of a gap. This gap will be filled at some point. Doesn't mean it but at the same time, it could take a whole year. It could take 2 years, 3 years. It could run up. I'm just not interested in chasing the video that far. The better play to me, even though it's going sideways, is probably AMD, just because it's not as expensive, but it's in the same, basically the same field. You still trading the chip sector, and you got all the AI craze and whatnot. And so, but what I wanted, basically, I wanted to go over Boeing. If you watched yesterday's video, if you jumped on that put, then you ate today. You made a little money. We'll continue to look at that next week to see how it reacts. Tomorrow, look for a video tomorrow. I'm just gonna be talking on just straight technical analysis, and I'll start building a tutorial on just basics. How you can find your own trades, how you can draw up your own TNA. We're gonna start with the basics. I'm gonna go over candlesticks. We're gonna go over trend lines, how to draw your trend lines, what moving averages, different ones that traders use. We're gonna go over indicators. I'm going over scans. I'm going over the whole nine. But I ain't gonna make it one big video. It'll be eight 8 to 20 minutes per video on one particular topic. And in that way, you can digest a little bit at a time, move on to the next one. And so stay tuned to that. I'll start working on that tomorrow and get the first video out. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, so that way you'll be notified when it comes out. And some things you might take, it's just like a mechanic. He got tools. You ain't gonna use every tool for every job, but I'm sure some of the stuff I go over, you may see something you like and be like, "Ooh, let me take that out," right? Because I'm gonna show you scans on how you can scan for stuff, and then you might pull up like 10 stocks, but out of 10 stocks, you might find one. That's a good trade, right? So I'm gonna go over some of the scans that I use as well, right? So go ahead and make sure you subscribe, and make sure you checking the videos, hit that little notification. My goal is to get you guys a video every day. Some kind of video where we're talking about something, right? We're going over expected moves. We're going over trend lines. We're going over charts, the whole nine. So with that, guys, I'm out. Peace.